First round of play is completed. And Arne Speer is off the mark finally. It's only taken him 6 games to get that first victory. And Jelle Klassen, who was left shaking his head at the end of that one, rightfully so, he'll be back against Richie Howson after this because Danny Truman's back. And he would love to have a similar performance to what he showed in round number 1. Biggest average of the week, our first ton plus average. It included a ton plus finish and a 180. And it also included 6 missed starts at a double.
First leg, it's George to throw first.
So I think people in the practice room are starting to look at Danny Truman a slightly different way. Scott Mitchell this morning thought that Danny would be the major mover. I was going to pipe for George Killington to be the major mover, and now they pit their wits against each other to see who gets the next 2 points.
Yeah, this one went in the favour of George Killington yesterday.
57.
4 legs to 1.
Is it fair to say that as the day got on yesterday, George was improving, and he might have got Truman at the right time as his form was starting to dip?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think he had. I also think
139.
in the situation that Danny had lost the game before narrowly to Borland 4-3 and then had a 4-match wait
82.
before he came back on. And I think that can sometimes affect how a player plays as well, because he had time to kind of fester there on that 4-3 loss.
You make a very valid
27.
point, because where else would a player like Danny play again in a tournament where he's lost? That's the intricacy of this player. He is a debutant. He's the only one this week.
44.
So when we take into consideration what he knows, what he doesn't, he may never have played this kind of format against this kind of field where he has to play again
45.
multiple times after losing.
Yeah, when you look at the likes of Duff and West and Conan Whitehead, Scott Taylor, they've been here a lot over the last couple of series and very much used to being that premier amount of appearances.
139.
When you're a debutant, when you're watching from home, these are the things you don't think about that affect you.
Did George Killington just go for double 19 to
84.
leave tops
George,
there?
you require 59.
Single 19 for tops. His
Game
best double
shot
yesterday
in the
was
first
double
leg.
10. It's
George
shown up
Killington.
again. Although he did lose his first game today against Willie Borland.
Second leg, it's Danny to
So
throw
he doesn't have
first.
to worry about
Game
him
on.
for the rest of the day. He's just got to take his angst and frustration out on everybody else.
100.
There was a lot going on with that dart shirt, isn't there? My word. That's like a new Scream movie. It's like you had a fight with a
100.
trifle.
And lost. I think there's lots of shirts out there at the moment.
100.
The ones for me that are the best shirts are the ones that aren't overcomplicated. They're sort of halfway house. There's a few that sometimes get a bit overcomplicated for me, and I think the meaning gets lost, or
57.
whatever the meaning is supposed to be coming across as, it gets lost.
I always use the same example. I used to play darts on a regular basis on the tour with a lad called Jason Marriott. And
100.
his dart shirts were like a magic eye picture. He just never knew what was on it. But there was a lot going on.
There were one or two that used to come on with a shirt and tie.
140.
Weren't there, Nico?
Yeah, there's some of those combinations I'd like to forget. Especially the tartan shirt and the black tie against Steve Beaton at the Grand Slam with blonde hair. There's a look
27.
I want to put into room 101.
It was the one that I was getting to next. Yeah, I was wondering what your mind thought was going through your mind there on that
55.
design.
I have no idea. I think I was trying to look like a cool version of the band Green Day.
Ah, yeah. I should have picked that up.
134.
Yeah,
George, you
good.
require 149.
Yeah, I get why that would have worked.
Don't wake me up when September ends because
60.
this game is still
You
alive.
require 40.
There's going to be a lot of action between now and September, including the remainder of this series. Double 10 this time for Truman. Oh, no.
No score.
Oh,
George, you
no.
require
Well, if he
89.
gets another shot, that might be a blessing.
Yeah, better not be left on double 5, but Killington here is going treble 20 for double 5 himself. He doesn't even risk it. Big 20 for the
64.
ball. Backs himself. Didn't
Danny, you
quite
require 40.
happen this time round. Truman back at tops then.
Game
No
shot in the
such
second
problem
leg.
this time
Danny
round
Truman.
for Danny Truman. Levels us up at 1-1. Yeah, going back to hairstyles, I used to
Third
have a
leg
friend
is
who used
George
to
to throw
dye his hair
first.
blonde and
Game
then
on.
highlight it black. Dye it again. So he would dye it blonde, leave it a couple of days, and then get the old skull cap on, pull the hair up through it, then do it black.
83.
That is not a pleasant experience, that skull cap. I know from experience because Snakebite's wife used to do my hair. And she used to do it when we were at Players
100.
Championship events together. And when she get the needle and pull the hair through that skull cap, that was not pleasant.
It hurt, didn't it? I had it done a few times when I was in my younger days. I soon stopped that.
40.
My head still hurt 2 days later. It's like you run into a porcupine.
134.
It's nice to see two hairstyles that are just keeping things simple. But this is not a simple game. It never has been.
60.
And in darts is hard.
$100.
For some, they make the throw look majestic and actually pleasurable on the eye, and others, like Chisnell, it just looks like it's been thrown together in the local
145.
junk
Danny,
shop,
you
the
require
throw. But for him, it
167.
absolutely works. And I've known Dave since, probably 2005, 2006 maybe, when he
58.
very, very
George, you
first
require
started.
167.
And his throw's never been any different. And you can't say that it's not been successful because it surely has.
Yeah, more than 20 PDC
39.
titles.
Danny, you require 109.
doesn't lie. Treble 19 needed. And yet again, he's gone next door, like he did a few visits ago at the end of leg 2.
101. George, you require
He's
128.
well positioned if Killington can't find what is a very tricky finish. Stay. Now move.
118.
He gave it every chance.
Danny, you require 8.
Yeah, 128 is one of those numbers where you always feel that it's a disadvantage to hit the treble. Truman here to break the throw. Last chance at double 1.
6.
Gone over the top. And Truman
George, you
once
require
again
10.
offers an opportunity. 1 from 7 on the doubling for him, and that's what's causing him his problem at the minute.
Graduating towards the double.
No score.
Doesn't help when you pull
Danny,
it to
you
the left.
require 2.
They're both at the top of the board.
No score.
He
George, you
cannot
require
believe he's
10.
missed that low. That's the one thing he can't do with dart 1.
Six.
Well,
Danny, you
Killington,
require 2.
I've missed another attempt, offering Truman another go, and
No
he goes
score.
inside again.
He thought that was in.
George, you require 4.
Unfortunately, it's not, and he's got a lot to think about because he might be 2-1 down after a bit of a trudge. They're both in the madhouse.
Game shot.
Well,
on the
someone
third leg.
is just mad
George
now, and his name
Killington.
is Danny.
Yeah, says to himself, wow.
Fourth leg, it's Danny to throw first.
Wow, indeed,
Game on.
Danny. Killington finishes off a 27 dart leg. Those legs you don't get back in such an easy manner.
43.
27 dart legs don't come along very often, and mentally you have to win them to stop them breaking you in two during a match.
This morning he was talking about learning experiences
140.
and maybe looking at the grand scheme of the week as a learning experience. But what will we learn about Danny in the next 2 minutes? Because when you lose a leg
60.
like that, you can let that situation take over, or you can hit back. And look at him in the background. He is in a negative place right now.
28.
How you get yourself out of that negative place, that is something
100.
Hmm.
you either get advice on or you figure out with experience.
Or you get lucky enough to play your way out of it. Sometimes you can play your way out of it in the next couple of games and think, oh, that was just a blip and it's gone and it's not forgotten. It's
41.
when it keeps coming into the next game and the next game and the next game, it doesn't go anywhere. It stays there in the mind until the next really heavy wind blows through between your two ears and takes it with it.
44.
Well, sometimes you've got to be a bit more Andrew Gilding about it. Just let it go and move on and keep it simple. You can't do anything about it, so why worry? Wasn't it nice to see him winning on the Pro Tour recently after
58.
many, many final defeats? He's fast becoming the most interesting interview in the sport, talking about boots and gaming
85.
and guitar collecting and a little bit about darts as well.
Yeah, he's a nice character. He's another one. Obviously, I've been around a bit, known him for a while, and he's one I've always got on with. And
64.
yeah, a lovely guy, and it's great to see. I like seeing the good people having that bit of luck. And although it wasn't luck, he won it pretty convincingly.
129.
There's nothing lucky about
George,
that.
you require 170.
From 169, you can't do any more than that. And he's not going to be stopped. So he comes back for tops.
96.
He's
Danny,
already
you
had a
require
lot of darts
40.
at double today.
Game shot.
That's his
on the fourth
20th
leg.
dart at
Danny
double.
Truman.
And he's now 2-2 against George.
Fifth leg, it's George to throw first. Game on.
Why do I get the feeling that a lot of the games are going to be closer today? At this point yesterday,
100.
we had 4-0 victories in 3 consecutive games. We could have the exact antithesis of that in round number 2 here on
26.
Tuesday. It could be 4-3 every way you look. It wouldn't surprise me.
$81.
Danny in the background again, shaking his head after a 26 start.
59.
What he's going to learn this week is that things don't get easier as the week goes on. You might start getting better, but there's going to be a point where you start getting tired. You're going to have to battle a few sore limbs.
81.
And he might have to battle with some fresh contenders later in the week.
36.
People like Kurt Parry, James Buckby, Archie Self. They're playing the evening sessions this week from 10 p.m. live on Pluto TV. And they're all pretty quick.
58.
So if you're in this group and you go into Group B via finishing second or third, don't think the pace is going to get slower. If anything, it's going to get quicker.
60. $96. 100. George, you require 85.
That's not ideal. Neither is that. However, he does have time on his
29.
side, so have that kind of visit when your opponent is north of 200. But the fact that he's not on a double, that will not please George whatsoever. And this game
100.
has surprised a
George,
lot of
you
people.
require
The averages
56.
are not great, but there could be somebody in the lead in the next 2 darts.
Game
That's a good shot.
on the 5th leg.
And traditionally,
George
you do
Killington.
find that George goes for tops. And I think that was the play. But he
Sixth
ended
leg,
up on
it's Danny
something
to throw
different
first.
with a 3-2 lead.
Game on.
The more concerning thing for Truman will be that was a 21 dart leg and he wasn't still anywhere near.
131.
Danny Truman does remind me of some Scottish players from over the years who have made a few headlines.
60.
Maybe we think that this is going to be their time. In fact, someone's birthday today, Chris Loudon, he was one of the early
100.
understudies of Gary Anderson. Good player. Really good player. But he decided to focus on family instead of darts.
177.
There are plenty of players out there who could still come back to the sport because darts will always be there. Look at Peter Wright.
100.
He was just about to walk away from the sport and made a world final, and then all of a sudden Snakebite was born.
Yeah, very much so. With Peter,
140. Danny, you require
Killington really is making a sprint for the line here. Truman on the 170, not going to go. Certainly not now.
92.
Really nice last dart though.
George, you require
I've seen a 1-2-4 today.
124.
From Arne Speer en route to his first victory. This is for victory. Bullseye.
79.
Some of his misses have
Danny, you
been by
require
quite some
78.
distance.
Truman here then to level it up to double 12. Now double 6.
72.
Got away from him again. Doubling woes for Danny
George, you
Truman here
require
in this one.
45.
Yeah, 2 from 12. George has had more darts at double. Does he have twice as many hits?
Game.
He does.
Shot. And the match.
And Truman
George
will
Killington.
understand that he didn't play his best darts there. In fact, his average has taken a bit of a slide from his first performance by more than 25%. But a valuable 2 points for George. He's finally off the mark for the day before Howson plays Klassen.